Now I'm finally gonna go home and enjoy it with some Burger King. Here I come, baby! Burger King! Burger King! Yo! And talk to Bob Bear, cause he's my man. Don King, kiss my ass!
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of BoxTalk. Frankie Gavin finally gets a shot at the European Welterweight Title against Leonard Bundu. This is one of those fights here where is it about time, Ade?
Yes. Look, I like Frankie Gavin. I've watched him since he's come through World Championship. I think silver medalist as an amateur, gold medalist. I think silver medalist. Was it gold? I can't remember. But I've watched him.
It was gold.
I think was it gold? Yeah. Okay, I watched him come through, and he's done well. He's done very well. The problem for me is that sometimes you can be moved the traditional way, and what I mean by that, you can get like Southern areas, English, Commonwealth, British, European. You don't always need to follow that route all the time. It's a good route to follow. It's almost a good like tick box. Some people jump and go elsewhere. If you're good enough, you can jump and go. He's fighting with Denton Vazell for the Commonwealth and British title. Obviously, Frankie had the British and Denton had the Commonwealth. That fight for me was like, okay, Denton was unbeaten at the time. You win that fight, you go then.
Yeah.
After that fight, he had a fight against Bradley Price. He had a fight against Barnes. He didn't need for those fights are kind of. To me, they were unneeded. You didn't need those fights. You've already done Denton Vazell, who was better than both of those two opponents after. You could have gone already. But look, he's got the title shot now in a very, very tough fight.
It's a very tough fight. The thing about Frankie Gavin, again, I think his skill is unquestionable. Yeah. You can see what he has. You know what he brings to the table. And as a boxer, his style is entertaining.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Yeah. Some people say boxers are not really entertaining, but he has got a very entertaining style. But for me, it's the lack of focus or lack of discipline he seems to show outside of camp, which has slowed him down, I think. Whereas his fun time, that says it all for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I think when you're that talented and that skillful, people should be calling you and say, "Look, fun time, let's go do this." You should be making those steps further forward. With his amateur background, with his promotion, with Box Nation TV covering, anything he has, I think he should have been at this European level already.
No, it's a great point. The fun time thing is a great point. The nickname, it's almost okay. It's fun when you're young. It's good to have, and it's coming through the ranks. It's great. But as good as he is, like you say, it's almost like similar to Billy Joe Saunders. I expect these guys to move a bit quicker than they're moving.
Don't get me wrong. It's like you don't spend your childhood as a young boy, as a teenager in boxing clubs, fighting and training to get world championship honours. To turn pro. Remember, he went to the Olympics, but he didn't get through because he couldn't get weight. Yeah, but I mean, that's a huge achievement in itself. To turn pro, to take your time. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, look, the thing for me is that he's fighting Bundu, and Bundu's almost one of those people that seems to be getting better with age. He seems to have been taking whatever Bernard Hopkins has been taking. Honestly, he wasn't a puncher, but when you look at his last 5 fights, I think he stopped 4. 4, obviously, including Lee Purdy. You know what I mean? They stopped late in the 12th round. When someone gets stopped late in the 12th round for me, it almost shows that they've got the gas to keep on going. Do you know what I mean? They've got the gas tank. It's not going to be easy to fight. Because he's not a puncher, I think that Frankie Gavin's got a chance to outbox him, which I expect Frankie Gavin to do. But you just don't know with these guys. You just don't know.
Sometimes KO records are overrated or underrated. A lot of time when people see KO records, it's because they killed everyone early in their career, and then the knockouts start coming off. Yeah. But that depends how you're being matched. If you were matched as a prospect, then you get loads of KOs. If you're matched as a challenger, and then you actually get better over time, you don't get those KOs because you're fighting guys that are better than you. Yeah. So, sometimes you can't look at someone's KO and say, oh, he's not a puncher. Because, you walk into one because he's not a puncher, and then it's good night. You got to look at how people grow and how they've been. When you look at someone's record and how they've been matchmaked and how they grow and how they develop and the adjustments they make through fights, that tells you who's a puncher or not. And as you mentioned, he's stopping guys now in his career, not earlier, because I think he was matched a certain way.
Yeah. Frankie, see with Frankie, it's almost look apart from Kelberg and Amikani, but in Britain, he's the third best welterweight in Britain, and that's no shame being behind those two. I just want him, and I tweeted this to him, and to be fair, he got back to us and said, look, Bundu is a good fighter. But I tweeted to him saying, you should be above this level already for me. You should be way above the European level. Yeah. Like I said, some fighters don't need to go through that European level. And if you do it very quickly. Get to the world scene. I don't know how old Frankie Gavin is, but we talk about Kell Brook moving and how slow Kell Brook took to move to that world scene. Frankie Gavin should be out there already for me, fighting some of the elite in America. Let's see how good you are.
See, the thing about it as well, again, and I see Frankie Gavin and Kell Brook in different scenarios. In a sense where Kell Brook's been a pro a long time. Frankie Gavin is more fresher, new, so he needs a little chance to grow, especially having such a long amateur background. That learning curve is slightly different. But the problem you have is that once like we always say, once you're in that top 10, you can't go back. And if you look at the top 10 welterweights in the world right now, is Frankie Gavin ready for them? Yes, he's better than the European level guys, I think, but he hasn't been proven enough to say he's in that top 10 yet. So yes, I think he's better than what he's showing right now. But I think he's in that grey area.
No, yeah, you're right. Look, this fight will prove a lot. I definitely don't think he's anywhere near the top 10. Yeah. But in terms of sort of from 15, 15 below that, with the likes of Jesus Soto Paras, with those type of fighters, I'd like to see him kind of mix it with those just to see where he goes. What I don't want him to do, and I think he will win the fight, and we will go through that in a minute. What I don't want him to do is win this European title. Obviously, he's going to vacate the British, which he should do. I don't want him to win the European title and then defend that 5 times. Defend that 6 times. It'll be silly. I want him to win this, 1 defense, then go.
You know, I reckon right now, with the things that we've got for Frankie Gavin, and with Frank Warren's promotion, with Frank Warren as his promoter and everything he's got going around it, I think after this fight, they need to get to Frankie to America. Yeah. Because all the top guys at 147 are signed with Golden Boy and Top Rank, and 9 out of 10 times, you don't outwin them on purse bids. And if you negotiate beforehand, you might get a UK fight, but his chances are to stay at the division as the best until he gets a title, he's going to have to go over there. And to get that US exposure, get that travelling under the system, and you know, to put in the hard graft, I think he needs to get out to America after this fight, just to know what it feels like to box abroad regularly before he goes for that world title.
I haven't seen Frankie Gavin. The one thing that does shock me as well, and it's especially when you see a lot of the other 147 guys in America, I don't know how big he is. Yeah. I mean, a lot have been talked about, can you make 140? And he's come out and said, I can't make 140. Sometimes you might just have to make 140. Some of these American 147 guys are big guys that ball themselves. I mean, I don't know what Andre Berto walks around at, for example. Do you know what I mean? And he's a good boxer. He's probably walking around at 165 at least, and then coming down. Yeah. I don't know if Frankie Gavin walks around, but I think they might start looking at maybe getting him down to 140 if they can.
But again, this is what I'm saying here, back again to the fun time. Because Frankie Gavin, since he turned pro, has jumped weight classes quite a bit. I think the 2 weight classes he jumped now.
Well, did he start at 130? I don't know. Did he
start
at 135?
I think he started at 135.
Let's check that out.
Yeah, let's double check that. But he did jump in weight class because, again, I'm going to double check that, but I swear he jumped up because, again, the fun time.
I don't know about that fun time thing. I think that's just a character. I don't know if he. I think right now, looking at what he's done and looking at a few of his tweets, I think he is very, very serious now. I think he does get to a stage in his career where you're up there as a record.
He did have like a games are over. Serious.
Yeah, games over. Serious.
He did say that, but the old phrase, the proof's in the pudding. Saying you're serious now, yes, but you need to actually show it now. And like I said, I think he's got all the potential to do it, but we need to see it.
Okay, so look, we've moved off subject slightly. Bundu, Frankie Gavin, who wins?
I'm going with Frankie Gavin. I don't think it'll be an easy fight. No. It's one of those fights there where I think it'll have a changing of the tempo in the middle rounds. Yeah. Where that's where we'll decide who will win the fight and who's going to dig in a little bit deeper. I also could see the fight actually changing pace as well, where it kind of starts as a boxing match, goes into fast pace, and then slows down again. Effectively, they're both boxers. Yeah. Yeah. But they're going to try out-slick, out-smart, and out-position each other like a game of chess. But it's not going to work out, and you'll go to points. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the same thing. The only difference is I actually see Frankie Gavin stopping him and getting the win that way. I don't know what it is. I watched the Frankie Gavin fight against Leonard Bundu. I watched it today, actually. And the way he moved through the gears in the middle rounds to stop, who I actually thought was going to beat him in Leonard Bundu, surprised me. And it shows that when he does, I don't know, that amateur experience as well, not just being able to fight, but being able to box. Plus, he's got a little pop to him as well. I think his KO record's pretty decent, Frankie Gavin. I expect him to go through the gears and getting out there late. If he does that, like I said, I expect him to be shooting over to America in the next 18 months and fighting some of the big boys and seeing how good he really is. He's mentioned Amir Khan quite a lot on Twitter. Let's see how good you are then. Let's get you over to America. Amir Khan's done it. Let's see, and Amir Khan done it at such a young age as well. Let's see you get over there and see what you can do. And I said, you know, I don't believe in boxing's only in America. I don't believe in that whole thing where you have to go to America to make a name.
That division is.
Yeah, but that division and the promoters that own that division, it's strictly an American game. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a tough
We've seen that with Kell Brook. I mean, look how good Kell Brook is, and he has to go to fight Sean Porter.
There you go.
You just have to go to America. And Eddie Hearn's got, you know, it's not like he hasn't got Sky backing. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to go out.
You have no choice.
Look, there you go, guys. Look, Frankie Gavin. Really wanted to do this video purely because I like Frankie Gavin. I like what he's about. And I think we could have someone that can mix it with the Americans, almost like a Ricky Hatton type style, and he'll take that crowd with him as well. How do you think the fight will go down? Bundu isn't a joke. We saw what he done to Lee Purdy in the 12th round. That was a war. He won that war. He stopped Lee Purdy, who many considered maybe just a level above Frankie Gavin earlier. So, look, he's definitely not coming here just for a paycheck. Who wins the fight? Frankie Gavin, Bundu. If Frankie Gavin does win this fight, does he vacate the British and European very quickly and go to America and start to earn some real money against some real tough guys? All questions we have to be asked. Email us as well, please, at
BoxTalk@hotmail.co.uk, and don't forget to subscribe on Twitter, to follow us on Twitter at BoxTalkUK.
And also, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out ringnews24.com as well for all the latest news and stuff and gossip and everything on boxing. Guys, thanks for watching another edition of Box Talk.